Hi, this is Jacklyn Sabol. I am here ready to interview Coach Dave Schuman. Very excited about it. Been looking forward to this all week. A few questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, can you tell us what type of athlete embodies the NUC?
The NUC, the way that we look at it, is someone that's a great athlete, someone that performs exceptionally on the field, but also has great character. One of the things that I always talk about, it's easy to find characters, but hard to find someone with great character. And we look for people that have great character, great on-the-field presence, students that can play at the next level because academically they have everything in order from that standpoint, and someone that really just has a passion and love for a game, just like our coaches do, just like the guys working the events. The athletes have to have that passion and love for the game.
Explain combine testing. Why is it important?
Combine testing. This is one of the hot topics within recruiting, and how important is the combine testing. We run these combines all over the country. The way that I've seen it over the last 6 years is that it's one of the most critical components for college coaches to begin to eliminate and find players at the same time that can play at the highest level, or any level, Division I, 1AA, 2, or 3. It's important for them to get those results so they can start to figure out what players can do a great job from a speed standpoint, agility standpoint, quickness standpoint. So the testing components, which we do, a 40-yard dash, the vertical jump, broad jump, bench press, and shuttle run, all of those testing areas test their speed, quickness, agility, and athletic ability. And then we do a thing called our individual period where they do just football position drills, and then they do one-on-ones, which means the athletes will go against each other in shorts and a t-shirt, cover it from a coverage standpoint, and the linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, will go against each other in one-on-ones to find out who are the best guys in shorts and a t-shirt with their on-the-field football skills. And we put all that together to find out which guys are the best combine athletes. Hopefully will translate as well in the field from a football standpoint.
This year you have the NUC All World Gridiron Classic game. What are you looking to accomplish with this game?
What we're looking to do is bring together the best players from throughout the world. Up to this point, there's been games where they have All-American games. We just have the best players from the United States. What we're looking to do is bring together players from all over the world, as well as obviously the vast majority of the top players come from the United States. But we're bringing in players from Canada. We have 4 players coming in there. We have several players coming in from Mexico. We have players coming in from American Samoa. We have a player coming in from Croatia, a quarterback coming in from there. So we have players from all over the world coming in, and that's why we have it as our all-world event. We're trying to bring together the best football players from throughout the world and have them compete against each other, and to make it an exciting event for players throughout the world.
In your opinion, what separates a good player from a great player?
Okay.
Better yet, an all-world player from just a good player?
Well, I think what's the most important is to say what someone's willing to do to become a great player. There are a lot of players that we see throughout our camps, and even the players that we pick for All World Game, that are great players, that have tremendous ability. What makes them over the top, someone that's an all-world player, is they're willing to go the extra mile. Someone that's willing to do the extra work in a weight room, someone that's willing to do the extra work in the classroom, someone that's willing to motivate their teammates and be a leader, someone that has tremendous ability on the field, not just good ability, but separates, takes over the game, someone that controls when they come to our combine. They stand out. There's no doubt who they are. It's one of the things that we found at the events. There's a lot of kids that will come up to us and say, "Watch me." The best players, you don't have to watch them. They show out. You see how good they are, and it's not something where you have to figure out who they are. And those guys step it up, and those guys also seem to be the people that are also leaders on the field. Those are the guys that aren't about me first, but about the team and making the team better. So we're looking for someone that obviously is a great football player, willing to do the extra, and is a complete team player and a leader. And that's what makes an all-world player as well, someone that separates them from the rest of the players.
What positions did you play in high school and college?
Okay. Well, myself, I started out in high school. I was a running back and I was a safety in high school. When I went to college, first day I went into college, they moved me from a tailback to a fullback. Played fullback my first 2 years. I was redshirted my first year, and then the next year I started as fullback. The last half of the year of my redshirt freshman year at the University of Connecticut. Then I actually had to sit out a whole year. I had a back injury. I had to sit out a whole year. New coaching staff came in. Old coaching staff was fired, a guy by the name of Skip Holtz, who's now the head coach at USF. He came in, moved me to linebacker. I had to go and reassert myself at the linebacker position, eventually started in the second half of my junior year into my senior year. I started every game in my senior year. So from a football standpoint, I played both offensive and defensive side, and I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to start and to be a real good player, and I learned a ton of things playing college football, and now I'm really working to help get kids to the level, hopefully beyond what even I accomplished.
What are the 3 most enjoyable things about your job now?
Well, number one, I think working with the kids, that's the most enjoyable thing. Get an opportunity to see them compete, to showcase their skills, and the enjoyment they get around competing. I think that's the number one most enjoyable thing. The second most enjoyable thing is I get to do something I love. I get to be around football. I get to be around football players. I get to help those kids hopefully a little bit accomplish their dreams and try to get them to the next level. And if I could play a small part in that, I think that's great. That's the second most enjoyable thing about it. And the third thing is I get to kind of map out my own future with what we do. So we get, one of the nice things about our company is we started out in one area and now we've evolved in a whole different area, and we've really just focused on developing football players and running the events and now the game. So I think the most enjoyable thing is trying to define our path as we continue to go forward. So those are really 3 really exciting things about it is what I do.
All right, sounds good.